Welcome back. You know, with school starting soon for students on a traditional school calendar, have you thought about what you're teaching your children about money? Well, parents always want to help their children succeed, but unfortunately, many never talk about finances. Well, joining us now is local financial professional Alan Porter from Strategic Wealth Strategies with money lessons for kids of every age. Alan, great to have you in the program. Listen, I got to tell you, I was woefully unprepared, particularly when I went off to college in terms of dealing with finances. So let's start there. Let's start reminding parents why it's so important to teach our children about handling money.
Well, sometimes that can be a taboo subject because of possible financial problems the parents have, such as a bankruptcy or something like that. But 80% of Americans think parents should be responsible for teaching their children about finances, but only 1 in 3 do. Now, in North Carolina, schools are required to teach kids about personal finance. What can we do about lessons should parents be teaching? We could start off like a piggy bank, like I did, and save your money from, say, birthdays and events to pay for things they want. When I was growing up, I had a paper route when I was in the 5th grade, and I had to get up at 6 a.m. every morning, ride my bike down to the post office and deliver papers. And in Nebraska, where I'm originally from, that gets pretty brutal. But I had a checking account, and I had a couple bad checks that I wrote. My mom found out about it. She immediately set me down and told me how to balance a checkbook. Well, guess what? That never happened again.
Yeah. So let's start about how we start these conversations. Let's start with the elementary school level, because you mentioned, as a kid, you had let's start with the piggy bank. So how do we talk to our kids in the elementary school age group?
Well, you need to start having conversation with them about how money works and how you save money for your emergencies and for vacation. They need to understand about saving money and preparing and buying things they want. Show them how money works through games like Monopoly and the game of life.
Yeah, because once they start saving that money and we go on vacation, you see something you want, you buy it with your money, right? So that conversation has to change, I would imagine, as students get bigger, say the middle school age. How does the conversation change?
Well, in middle school, 40% of parents pay their children an allowance. But give them an allowance for something they do, like a chore. Just don't give them money to go out and buy something because they don't appreciate it. But believe me, when you earn money and you buy something that you want, you're going to appreciate and value it much more.
Yeah.
But they need to be taught the difference between a want and a need, and how a need always overshadows a want.
Yeah, and I think as adults, we're still trying to learn that difference as well. So in high school, a lot of our children, they have their own jobs, they're making a little bit more money. How should parents approach that conversation?
Well, this hits close to home for me right now because I have a granddaughter that's a junior and is working full-time, and she'll graduate as a junior because of the extra courses she's taking. But she asked me, she said the other day, she said, "Papa, what can I do with my money instead of just having it sit in a savings account?" I told her we could start a custodial IRA, but you have to be employed. It has to be earned income. But you could buy a cash value life insurance policy, build that up, borrow that money, and then pay yourself back, paying yourself compound interest and not the financial institution. But we need to explain to our children how debt works. They need to understand the effective interest costs they're paying on the loans. As an example, most adults don't even know. A 2.75% mortgage could have a 50% effective interest cost. Credit cards, 80-90% effective interest cost. And people don't know this, but they need to.
Alan, such really good advice. Where can people go to get a lot more information?
Well, they can always contact me at 910-551-1046, or they can email me at strategicwealth0@gmail.com. I have a website. I'm on LinkedIn. I have a Facebook business page. But people need to become educated on how finances not only work for their children, but work for them.
Yeah.
Need to give them good advice.
Financial literacy, you can't get away from it, and it's so important. Alan Porter, thanks for your time this morning.
Well, I really appreciate you having me on. You guys have a great day.
All right.